Buenas noches, soy Will McAvoy y este es Las Noticias de la Noche. Esta noche hablamos sobre la música de Cuba. Tenemos un invitado, una entrevista con Dr. Michael Davison, un profesor de música a la Universidad de Richmond. Él es un experto de la música de Cuba y es conocido por todo el mundo sobre su capacidad a tocar su trompeta. Hola, Dr. Davison. Dr. Davison, ¿cómo se interesas a la música de Cuba?
I was at a music conservatory in New York from 1975, 1979, and as Alex will tell you, since he's an expert now, that the music salsa is a combination of American jazz and Cuban rhythms, like so many other styles. So I got a call, and they said, we want you to play a salsa gig. And as I mentioned before, I didn't know what it was really. I thought maybe it's something to eat, and I didn't know that it was music. And they said, well, yeah, we got this gig, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, do you have charts? Do you read music? They said, yeah. And being pretty pompous, I was at one of the best conservatories in the world. You got it on the page, I can read it. No. So that started my infatuation with the music, because how can something so simple be so difficult? Well, it has to do with culture, and I wanted to understand both the music and the culture.
¿Cuándo viajas a Cuba por primera vez?
I wanted to go and figure it out. I wanted to figure out, what made it tick. So I landed went to two cities, Santiago, Cuba, which is the New Orleans of Cuba, which is in the eastern side. We always say north and south. Cubans say east and west. The island sits like this. It's right across from Haiti. It's the birthplace of all early Cuban music, except for rumba. And then, of course, Havana, which is a major city in the world. So I have my backpack on. I have two instruments, trumpet and flugelhorn, and I just walked. And the only Spanish I knew then was, I didn't even know hola. I just knew no moleste, por favor. So I just walked down the street, and I walk into clubs, and every restaurant they have live bands because they don't have DJs and they don't have CD players. And trumpet it's really weird to say, but trumpet in the Cuban culture is actually respected. It's an instrument that they put into a style of music, so they almost have to have trumpet. So being a trumpeter, I would just walk in and play with these groups. So I did that all day. And we're sitting in the club, and the band is right there, and we have our horns out, and we just start playing along with the band. And they're very gracious, very warm-hearted people. And the minute they see a trumpet, they want you to come up and play. And the best thing for me musically, if I may, because people ask me, what's the best thing about Cuba? And there's a bazillion. The best thing for me is that the language of their music hasn't changed since the 50s and 60s, maybe 40s. So when I learn the language of their music, I'm learning it the way they spoke it 50 years ago, next to somebody speaking the language.
Gracias, Dr. Davison. Soy Will McAvoy. Nosotros cortamos a Washington por el reportaje de economía. Buenas noches.